So good afternoon everybody. From today we are going to start a new Python playlist in which I would be covering all the basics to advanced Python which would be very useful for your college exams or and school exams. For that I have used a code editor called VS Code in which we are going to do Python programming. So let me open the VS Code. So as you can see, I had already made a Python folder in which I had made a first.py file. So it's very important to give a specific name to a file. Uh, Although you can give any name to the Python file, but the extension is very important. Like I have used .py extension which suggests that it is a Python file, and I will be doing Python in it. So in the very first lecture, I am covering variables and data types. Before variables and data types, I would write a simple Python program. Uh, Let me write it. That is print hello world, and I would love to run this program. Like you can see, hello world is printed on the screen. So print. What basically I had done is I have used a print statement which suggests it is a function. The meaning of function we would be covering in the upcoming classes, but till now understand function that is something like we are going to print something on the screen, or function is like function is like we are going to do something on the screen. Like I had print hello world on the screen, and after print statement I had used two parentheses under which I had used hello world and double quotes. So in Python, if we have to print anything on the screen, we use double quotes or single quotes or triple quotes, anything, uh, and we can write anything inside the parentheses, and that would be printed on the screen. Like I can print my name as well. Print Ranav Gupta. Like you can see, I had printed my name as well on the screen. So print is a very basic statement that would do a task for us. Like it is printing hello world first. After that, it is printing my name as well. So uh, after that, we are going to study about comments. Now, what is a comment? Comment is a, you can say, it is a statement that would not be printed on the screen, but it tells the compiler what we are going to do. Like, I don't want Pranav Gupta to print on the screen. So I comment it by control and slash. So it is now commented and would not be printed on the screen. Like you can see. Now only hello world is printed, Pranav Gupta is not printed. So comment is used to uh, basically the things we don't want to show on the screen is commented. Now I would be commented print hello world as well, so nothing would be printed on the screen as you can see. Now we are going to learn about variables. Variables is basically where we store our data. Like in homes, we store our grains in some container. So similarly in programming, we store our data in variables. Uh, like I can store my name in a name variable. Name is the variable, and I can store my name in it. In Pranav Gupta. So I have stored my name in a variable called name. So I would print my name now. So like you can see, I have printed my name, Pranav Gupta. Now, if I use colons, sorry, apostrophe. So if I used apostrophe, so it would print name, not my name Pranav Gupta. It would print name because I would write inside apostrophe that is printed. So you have to take care of this thing. Uh, Now I would print my age. So like you can see, my age is printed. I would erase this apostrophe. And now you can see first my name is printed and then my age is printed. Similarly, you can store any type of data in a variable. So you can see that VS Code is suggesting name is a variable. So there are some basic rules which we use to define variables. We cannot name any variable uh, without the rules. So we are going to study variable rules. So the first rule is we can use an small a to small z or capital A to capital Z or any digits or underscore. We can use this as our variable name. But the most important thing, we cannot use a digit. We cannot use a variable name starting with a digit. And the third important rule is we can use a underscore that starts our variable name. So like if I try to write one, two, three as our variable name, like I want to store my name in 123 as my variable name, and I would like to run my program. It would give me an error that a digit cannot be a variable name, cannot assign to literal here. So we cannot assign a variable a digit. So like if I start my variable name with an underscore, I can do this underscore name equals to Pranav Gupta. Wait, let me comment this. So if we try to run this, oh, we have missed semicolon. Oh, sorry, apostrophe. Apostrophe is very important. Use another terminal, a new terminal, and now I would be running this. Since you can see it is giving some error. Let me find that error. So basically it is giving the error because we are using underscore as our first digit. So we cannot use underscore as our first digit as well. Wait a second. We can use we can use our first digit as an underscore. Basically I have not printed run of underscore. Now we can run the program, and now you can see Pranav Gupta is printed on the screen. So these are variables where we store our data. And now we are going to see data types. Data types is basically what kind of data we want to store in our variable. What kind of data we want to store in a variable. किस तरह का डाटा हम स्टोर करना चाहते हैं हमारे वेरिएबल में. डाटा टाइप वो होता है जैसे नेम में हम प्रणव गुप्ता स्टोर कर रहे हैं. तो अगर हम देखें किस टाइप का डाटा है जो स्टोर है प्रणव नेम में, तो वो आएगा अभी. इसे रन करते हैं. क्लास स्ट्रिंग, तो ये स्ट्रिंग टाइप का डाटा है. जो भी डाटा सेमीकोलन में लिखा होगा वो स्ट्रिंग टाइप का डाटा होगा. एंड अगर मान लो एज हमने 19 ली है तो हम टाइप ऑफ एज देखते हैं कि एज में एज नाम के वेरिएबल में किस टाइप का डाटा है. रन करा तो क्लास इंट आया. इंटीजर टाइप का डाटा है. आप देख भी सकते हैं 19 एक इंटीजर टाइप का डाटा है और प्रणव गुप्ता एक स्ट्रिंग नाम का डाटा है क्योंकि वो एक एपोस्ट्रोफी के अंडर इंक्लोज्ड है. तो वो स्ट्रिंग टाइप का डाटा है और एज 19 टाइप का है. अब हम मान लो पाई की वैल्यू को स्टोर कराना चाहते हैं. 3.14 होती है पाई की वैल्यू. तो हमने पाई की वैल्यू स्टोर करानी चाहिए. तो पाई फ्लोट नंबर फ्लोट टाइप का डाटा है जो कि हम देख भी पा रहे हैं. पॉइंट अगर आ जाता है तो वो फ्लोट टाइप का है. आप यहाँ देख भी सकते हैं कि ये फ्लोट टाइप का है. पाई फ्लोट, तो ये फ्लोट टाइप का डाटा है. इसी तरह एक हमारे पास बुलियन टाइप का डाटा होता है जिसका मतलब होता है या तो ट्रू या तो फॉल्स. जैसे कि अगर हम एक वेरिएबल बनाएं इज ओल्ड कि क्या एक पर्सन ओल्ड है या नहीं, तो मान लो हमने उसे नाम दिया ट्रू. तो ट्रू आप देख पा रहे हैं एक बुलियन टाइप का डाटा. हम इसे प्रिंट भी करा के देख सकते हैं. तो अब एक बात है, क्लास बुलियन टाइप का डाटा है. इसी तरह हमारा एक टाइप का और डाटा होता है. नहीं, बस इतने ही होते हैं. एंड एक और जो इम्पोर्टेंट थिंग है वो ये है कि वेरिएबल का रूल एक और है कि हम कोई भी कीवर्ड का नाम वेरिएबल नहीं दे सकते. अब कीवर्ड क्या होता है? कीवर्ड बेसिकली ऐसे वर्ड्स होते हैं जो इनबिल्ट है पाइथन में, जैसे कि इफ, एल्स, डेफ, जिनके बारे में हम आगे पढ़ेंगे। ये इनबिल्ट है, ये पाइथन में पहले से ही है, तो इन्हें हम वेरिएबल का नाम नहीं दे सकते। So now we are going to start our new topic, that is how to take input and output. So till now we have learned how to assign a value to a variable. Now we will learn how to take input and output. So if we have to take input from the user, we can take in this format. For suppose like we have to take a user's name as an input, we will take it like name equals to input. We will ask the user to enter your name. For that we will use Python inbuilt function, that is input. Now we will, after that we have taken the input, we will print the name. For suppose the program is uh, asking us to take an input, so we will enter our name, and now you can see it, the program has displayed our name. So with the help of the input method, we can input function, sorry, we can take a, a variable as an input. So we can take age as our input, percentage. We can take a student's marks as an input, and now you can see the user would be entering his name. Like suppose I enter my name. Name is printed. Now he's asking age. I printed my age. Age is there, and now marks suppose. So you can see that we have taken an input from the user and it is displayed on the screen, which is the output. Now we will be looking at some operators in Python. So first of all, we will learn arithmetic operators. It behaves same as the operators we used in math, like plus operator, minus operator, multiply, division, etc. Suppose we take a variable a and assign a value to it 5, a variable b and assign a value 4 to it. So arithmetics operators are basically of 7 types. First one is a plus b. So we will print a plus b. Another one is a minus b, and the other one is a into b, the same we used in maths. And the next one is a divided by b, and the next one is print a modulus b, which would give us the remainder of a modulus b. Another one is a float division b, and the another one is a, one second, So these are our primary arithmetic operators. Now we will see the output. So as you can see, we take A as 5 and B as 4. So A plus B will give us 9, A minus B will give us 1, A into B will give us 20. Now the most interesting part, A divided by 5, B will give us 1.25, which would give us the quotient, and A modulus B, which would give us the remainder. So as you know, 5 modulus 4 would be 1. Now in float division, we remove the floating values. So A divided by B would give us 1.25. So if we remove the floating values, it would give us 1. So these are the basic primary arithmetic operators. Now we will look at some of the comparison operators. Comparison operators are used to compare two values. For example, we will see, like we take A as 5 and B also as 5. So with comparison operators, like in math, we if we have to compare two values, we use single equal to, but in Python we use double equal to check whether two values are equal or not. So in this case, if we want to check is A equals to B, so we will use double equals to. And if we want to see is A not equal to B, so for not in Python we use exclamatory sign, A not equals to B. First of all, we will see these two operators. As you can see, A is equal to B. A is 5, B is 5. So it will return a comparison operators would always return a boolean value which is true in this case. And A is not equals to B, so it is returning false because A is not equal to B. So other comparison operators are A greater than B. So A is not greater than B. So it would return false. As you can see, it is returning false. We can also check for other values. Suppose we take it as B as 9. So A is not equals to B. So it is returning false. And A not equal to B. As you can see, as A is not equal to B. So it is returning true. And A is not greater than B. 5 is not greater than 9. So it is returning false. And some other arithmetic operators are A less than B. As you can see, A is less than B. So it would return true. You can see it is returning true. The other arithmetic operator that is A greater than equal to B or A less than equals to B. So these are the other arithmetic operators. We will also check their results as well. Let me open a new terminal. We will see their results as well. So A is not equal to B, so it is returning false. And for A greater than B, it is also false. And A less than B, it is returning true. Now, A is not greater than equal to B, so it is returning false. And A is less than equals to B, so it is returning true. Now, these were the cases of comparison operators. Now we would be checking some of the basic logical operators. Before logical operators, we would check assignment operators. Let me close this terminal. So assignment operators are used to assign the values in a compact way. For example, if we have to add 5 to A and A is 5 already and we have to add another 5 to A, we can do this thing and now print A. The result would be 10. As you can see, the result is 10. Now, but we have a compact way of adding uh, value 5 to a, which is a plus equals to 5, which would add a value 5 to a. Now we would print a. Now you can see again the value is coming out to be the same, 10. Now assignment operators are also for minus, addition, multiplication, division, modulus. We will see them as well. Like for example, a minus equals to 5. Now we would print a, and let me comment this out. Now we would print a. The value would come out to be 0, as you can see. Now we can check it for multiply as well, which would give us the answer as 25, as you can see. And we can check it for division. As you can see, 5 divided by 5 is 1. But it would give a integer value, not an integer value, float value. So this thing you have to keep in mind. Now if we would check for modulus, we can also check the remainder would come out to be 0, as you can see. So these are the some of the basic assignment operators. Now we would be looking at some of the uh, logical operators. The most important thing that you have to keep in mind is that logical operators also give the value in Boolean expression, either true or false. So we have three types of logical operators, that is and, or, and not. So and would give a true value if both the conditions are true. If one of the conditions become false, and would return false value. And if we talk about OR operator, if one of the values is true, OR will give true. And in case of NOT operator, if our value is coming out to be false, it would reverse the value, and the value would become true. So we can check it by taking an if condition, which you don't have to worry about what is if, what is else. We would be talking it about in the next chapter, but for now you have to just see what is the output and what is the use cases of the logical operators. Like, see, a very easy example. Consider we make a variable age and assign it a value 18. So if we check, if we want to check if the person can vote or not, so she must be have had a age greater than 18, so has to vote. If he has to vote, if he had to vote, so we will check it by if age greater than equal to 18, we want to print he can vote. Else print he can't vote. There are two conditions, else if he can vote or he can't vote. So as you can see, age is 18. It is equal to or greater than 18. So he can vote. Now you can see he can vote. But it's a basic simple if else problem. Now if we have to use and or, uh, we can use it. It's a little complex example. Let me tell you it in a easier way. Suppose we have a equals to true. and b equals to false. And we have to check a and b. So you can see one value is false. So and will return false, as you can see, false. But if we make b as true, so both values are true, so the result would be true, as you can see. Now, in the same case, if we make, if we take the example of OR operator, both conditions are true, so it would return a true, as you can see. But now, if I made one condition as false, it will still return true because one condition is true, as you can see. The answer comes out to be true. Now, if we make both the conditions as false, it will return false because none of them is true. You can check false. Now, we would be seeing some of the not conditions as well. Suppose A is true, B is true, and you know that if both conditions are true and will give a true value. But if we use not, it would give the opposite of A and B. Suppose print not of A and B. Now if we have to print, it would give false because A and B would give true because both are true. But not is opposite of true. The opposite of true is false, so it is returning false. Now we have also seen logical operators. Now we would be seeing some of the membership operators. Membership operators tell whether a particular character or word is present in a sentence or a word. For example, I have a string which is Python. One second. I consider a string as Python and I want to check whether the character T is present in Python or not. So I would be checking it by print T in string because our variable is string. So if T is present in string, it would return a value true. Sorry, I have to use apostrophe. So if T is present in string, it would return true. Membership operators like logical operators return value in true and false only. So if we print our sentence, yes, T is present in Python, so it is returning true. Now another membership operator is not in. Now we know T is present in Python. Now if we use not in case of in, not in, if we use, so it would return false because T is present. So you can see the result false. Now we have talked about many operators, membership, logical, assignment, uh, and one second, comparison and arithmetic operators. Now we would be looking at how to explicitly change a data type. Since we have seen if we want to take a integer, suppose we want to take integer as input and we want to take our name as an input. So we would write like this, enter your name. But it's a name. If we want to change our name into a separate data type, regardless of string, we can change it by adding, for example, we want to change it into an integer type. So we will add int in front of it. Though we will not prefer this because name is not an integer. I think it would also give an error while we print. Let me check. He's asking our name. So we enter our name. Yeah. As you can see, invalid literal for int because name cannot be an integer. Now if we do this same case for age can be an integer, but it is taking a string as an input. So if we want to convert a string into an integer, we can add int in front of it. And suppose, and now we can print our age. Sorry, we have to type here age. One second. Let me open a new terminal. Now he's asking to enter our age. Now you can see 19, and you can also see type of age. Let me print the type of age. It would give class int. But if we explicitly not add int in front of age, it would give type as string. Age 19, class string. Because Python automatically takes an input in the form of string unless and until we add a data type in front of it. We can also add float in front of it. There would be no problem. We can also add boolean in front of it. So these are the major and basic data types and operators we have talked in this lesson. In the next lesson, we will be looking at some of the conditional statements and loops.